What up, people? Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, today's deck will be... Yeah, that's not it, not Cosmo. Let's see here. It is... Sorry, I have to find it. There's so many on here. There it is. Chicken Race. So this deck, I don't expect people to play against me much. Once they see the combo going, they'll probably surrender. It has a cool concept. It's a lot of just draw, 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 then kill. That's pretty much all it is. We'll get into it. We'll do the little whole talk about the cards, how they work, all that good stuff. So, starting off, the only 3 monsters in the deck are 3 Royal Magical Libraries. As long as this card's face up on the field, every time you activate a spell card, you put a spell counter on it. Why there's so many spells in the deck. When you have 3 spell counters, you can only have a max of 3. You can remove 3 and draw 1 card. So, the way I might do this deck is I will try some normal duels. If it doesn't work, then I will do an AI duel and show you how it works out. That way you can actually see how the deck works. Then we got a Soul Charge. Now this one, it can be handy, and it helps you lose some life points, which you really want to do. So, say you're drawing and you discard 2 of those, you can play Soul Charge, get all 3 of them on the field, and that way you can draw 3 cards at a time instead of 1. So it can be helpful. Then you have 3 Upstart Goblins. Draw a card and let your opponent gain life points, 1,000 life points. So it can be very handy in this deck. This one is really good for this deck. Then we have 3 Terraformings. They're to get the chicken race. Yeah, chicken race out. That's what their purpose is. Plus spell counters. Now this is the bamboo sword style of deck. Let me get all 3 of those together. Actually, get back over there. So, starting off, we have Broken Bamboo Sword. It's just an equip spell. Monster gains 0 attack. That's all it does. So, equipping it to Royal Magical Library, it gains 0 attack. That's all it does. Now, activate only if you control a Bamboo Sword equip spell. Draw 2 cards. So, Golden Bamboo Sword. As long as I control a Bamboo Sword equipped, then I can activate that and draw 2 cards. It's not an equip spell, it's just a spell card. So it doesn't equip or anything like that. Now we have Cursed Bamboo Sword, which is an equip spell. Equipped monster gains 0 attack. You can target 1 Bamboo Sword card you control, except this card, return it to your hand, and if you do, the equipped monster can attack your opponent directly this turn. You can only use effective Cursed Bamboo Sword once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Bamboo Sword card from your deck to your hand, except for that. So, I don't ever see this going to the graveyard, unless just they destroy it somehow, but usually, if you go first, you win. I mean, that's just the way it is. You're gonna win. This, I don't see it going to the graveyard either. Not really. But if it does, you can get Golden Bamboo Sword back and just keep playing. So that's the Bamboo Sword combo thingy. It helps you just draw cards and add counters to your Royal Magical Library. Alright, then we got 3 Magical Mallets. They're for spell counters, plus you can shuffle cards back into your deck. It's pretty much the same as Reload, except with Magical Mallet, you pick what goes back instead of everything going back. So say you had, say you had all your Bamboo Swords, you had 1 of each or something, and you had this plus 2 other cards, you could send back 2 other cards besides all your bamboo swords, if you wanted to. I mean, it just depends on how you want to do it. Now we got Into the Void, which is an amazing card. If you have 3 or more cards, just draw a card. And at the end phase, discard all the cards in your hand. Well, if you make it to the end phase and you're not to the point where you're going to win, then you're going to lose. I mean, it's just that simple in this deck. Then we got Magical Stone Excavation. Discard 2 cards, select 1 spell card from your graveyard, add it to your hand. So, I mean, that's a way you can get swords and stuff to your graveyard to use the effects, but then we got Reloads. Same thing as Magical Mallet, like I said, but add all the cards in your hand to your deck and shuffle, then draw the same amount of cards. So, more spell counters, yeah. Then we got Serial Spell. Activate only when you activate 1 of your normal spell cards. Discard all the cards in your hand to the graveyard. The effect of this card becomes the same as that normal spell card. So, I'm pretty sure you can activate it with no cards in your hand, or even better, activate it with a quick play spell card, like Reload. Yeah, I thought Reload was a quick play. Yeah. So, say you have Serial Spell, play Serial Spell, and then chain Reload. Well, alright, so activate only when you activate 1 of your normal spell cards. So, say you play Upstart, activate Serial Spell, then chain Reload, and you get to draw cards and obtain a bunch of cards. Or no, you wouldn't want to do that, would you? No, you wouldn't. Maybe you would, let's see, you would, I don't know, there'd be a play with that, I just have to figure it out. But you get around the whole discarding your whole hand. Yeah, you could. Or if you just had 1 card in your hand, do it that way. Then we got Chicken Race, the big hitter of the deck. Alright, the player with less HP takes no damage. Once per turn during either player's main phase, the turn player can pay 1,000 life points, then activate 1 of these effects. So the paying the 1,000 life points, that's fine. You want to pay the life points. Okay? So one of the effects is draw 1 card, destroy this card, or your opponent gains 1,000 life points. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to the effect's activation. So you can either draw a card, destroy Chicken Race, or my opponent gains 1,000 life points. Like I said, this is the main focus of the deck, is Chicken Race. So there's a little bit more with this, okay? Then you got Pseudo Space. Once per turn, you can remove from play 1 field spell card in your graveyard to have this card be treated as that card and gain the same effects until the end phase. So, technically, there's 6 Chicken Race in this deck. So, if you play it right, you play all these first, right? Or say you play 1 and then you draw that one, that's fine. Play it, use the effect of either letting your opponent gain 1,000 or draw a card, which you want to at least let them gain a couple thousand off of it, maybe even 3, depending on how it plays out. I mean, this helps them gain the life points too, so you want to be 8,000 life points different is what it is. Okay, so once you play that, then you can play this will go to the graveyard, and then when that's in the graveyard, activate this effect. It will become Chicken Race, and then you can do all the effects again. So it's just a way of manipulating everything on the field that you control. Now, the only 2 traps in the deck. Life Equalization. This is where the life points of that I was talking about, where you want 8,000 point different. Activate this card when the difference between both players' life points is 8,000 or more. Both players' life points become 3,000. So, There's the second part of the combination you need. You need Chicken Race and you need Life Equalization. Then the final part of the combo, the OTK of the deck, Magical Explosion. Alright, you can only activate this card when you have no cards in hand. Inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each spell card in your graveyard. Well, there are 35 spell cards. That's 7,000 points of damage if you have all your cards in the graveyard. All your spell cards, that is. So, Life Equalization. Put both people at 3,000. Magical Explosion. So, what you want to do is you want to start doing all your things. You want to get magical or Royal Magical Library on the field. You want to start doing all this stuff. You want to get to at least 8,000 points less than your opponent. You want these two cards set on the field at your end phase. Activate Life Equalization first. It'll make it so both players come 3,000. Then you want to activate Magical Explosion. And that's game. First turn. So if you go first turn, you're set. You go second turn, this deck's screwed. Now another thing, if they have hand traps, this deck is screwed. It's that simple. Say they have a Veiler. Well, Royal Magical Library is done. You can't do anything with Royal Magical Library then. Or they have what is it, Ghost something and Rabbit or whatever, that new one. Royal Magical Library is definitely done because it kills it. It just destroys it, or it can destroy anything that you play. So you gotta. That's the only real problems you got is hand traps. Because this deck you want to go first. I mean, everything in this deck is based around being able to thin the deck, draw cards, get life points, or not get life points, get spell counters, draw more cards, lose life points, have your opponent gain life points, so you can activate these two. That's the whole main point of the deck. But that is the deck, and I will get a video up soon with duels of the deck. So if you like what you saw, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. Any questions, comments, tips, or just want to say what up, leave it down in that comment box and I'll get back with you. But thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.